Oh, hi there, guys. It's Mrs. Klein.
Hello, and Mr. Creighton.
We're here, you guys, today with your very first podcast of the year.
Woo!
Woohoo! All right. It is called Lesson 1, From Republic to Empire.
So whenever we have a podcast like this, we'd like to go through the introduction or the title, and then we're going to tell you a little bit about the vocab. So here's the vocab. As you guys are following along in the textbook, both digital or the hard copy, the vocab words will be in blue. All right, so you've got Caesar Augustus, Civil War, Dictator, Julius Caesar, Pax Romana, and the Punic Wars. And just to let you guys know, again, with the digital or hard copy textbook, you can follow along in pages 15 through 25.
All right, you guys, every lesson begins with a guiding question. And the guiding question for this lesson is, did the benefits of Roman expansion outweigh the costs?
All right, so starting for the introduction with lesson 1, the expansion of Roman power occurred over approximately 500 years, from 509 BCE to 14 CE. At its height, the Roman Empire included most of Europe, together with North Africa, Egypt, much of present-day Middle East, and Asia Minor.
That's a lot of land that they controlled.
It's a really big empire.
All right, you guys, but by 14 CE, the Republic was just a memory. Power was in the hands of a single supreme ruler, the emperor.
In this lesson, you'll see how this dramatic change occurred. You'll trace the gradual expansion of Roman power. You will also explore the cost of this expansion, both for Romans and for the people they conquered.
All right, you guys, we're going to move on to section 1 of this lesson, which is From Republic to Empire, an overview. All right, during the first period of expansion, the first period of expansion or becoming larger began in 509 BCE. The Romans wanted to protect their borders and to gain more land, which led to a series of wars.
All right, now looking at the second period of expansion. During the second period of expansion from 264 to 146 BCE, Rome and Carthage fought 3 major wars. Through these wars, Rome gained control of North Africa, much of Spain, and the island of Sicily.
All right, during the third period of expansion, from 145 to 44 BCE, Rome came to rule the entire Mediterranean world. In the west, the Roman general Julius Caesar conquered much of Gaul, which is modern-day France.
Roman generals became dictators and setting their armies against the power of the Senate. Caesar himself ruled as a dictator for life until he was assassinated in 44 BCE.
Then Caesar's grandnephew, Octavian, seized total power. The Senate named him Augustus, or Honored One. Rome was now an empire governed by one supreme ruler.
All right, guys, looking at the fourth period of expansion now. The fourth period of expansion began with the start of the empire and lasted until 14 CE. Later, emperors continued to add more territory, so that at its height, the Roman Empire stretched from the island of Britain in the northwest to the Black Sea in the east.
All right, moving into the second section, which is Rome's conquest of the Italian peninsula, 509 BCE to 264 BCE. In 493 BCE, Roman leaders signed a treaty or agreement with their Latin neighbors to the south. Then in 390 BCE, Rome nearly came to an end. A band of Gauls, a warlike people from the north, crushed a Roman army and surged into the city.
The Gauls looted the city, burning most of it down. The Romans considered fleeing. Instead, they bravely decided to start over by rebuilding their city and surrounding it with walls. During the 300s BCE, Rome conquered the Etruscans and many neighboring tribes.
As Rome's territory expanded, the city had to maintain a large permanent army to defend it and the conquered lands. By 264 BCE, Rome had more citizens and well-trained soldiers than any other power in the Mediterranean world. But very soon, the Romans would face their greatest challenge yet.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yes.
All right, moving on to section 3, expansion during the Punic Wars, 264 BCE to 146 BCE. During Rome's second period of expansion, it fought 3 savage wars for control of the Mediterranean region. In each of these brutal wars, Rome's enemy was Carthage, a powerful city-state in North Africa.
Rome's wars with Carthage are referred to as the Punic Wars, after the Latin name for the people of Carthage. The First Punic War began in 264 BCE and was fought mostly at sea.
The Second Punic War started 23 years later, when the Carthaginians decided to attack Italy itself.
For 15 years, Hannibal's men fought the Romans in Italy.
In 202 BCE, Hannibal needed to return home to defend Carthage against an attack by a Roman army.
The Third Punic War lasted 3 years. In 146 BCE, the Romans burned Carthage to the ground.
The Punic Wars expanded Roman power and territory, but Rome's victories came at a price.
All right. Section 4, you guys. Expansion during the final years of the Republic, 145 BCE to 44 BCE. By the end of Rome's third period of expansion, the Republic collapsed.
The final years of the Republic were marked by still more wars.
Rome also had to fight to subdue slave revolts.
A slave named Spartacus led a famous revolt in 73 BCE. After crushing his army and killing Spartacus in battle, the Romans sentenced thousands of the surviving rebels to death on crosses.
Yikes. All right, that doesn't sound too good.
That's not a way to go out.
No. All right, 40 years later, another civil war erupted between two ambitious generals, Pompey and Julius Caesar.
Both men wanted to control Rome, but Pompey had the support of the Roman Senate.
Encouraged by Pompey, the Senate forbade Caesar to enter Italy with his army. Caesar disobeyed in January of 49 BCE.
After 3 years of fighting, he defeated Pompey. The frightened Senate named Caesar dictator for life. With Caesar in control, and after nearly 500 years, the Republic came to an end.
All right, Caesar had a vision of Rome as a great empire. However, he did not live to see his vision come true. On March 15, 44 BCE, a group of enemies stabbed Caesar to death as he was entering the Senate.
The men who killed Caesar thought they were saving the Republic, but they were wrong.
All right. Section 5, Rome becomes an empire, 44 BCE to 14 CE. Caesar's murder plunged Rome into civil wars that lasted over 10 years. When the fighting ended, Caesar's grandnephew and adopted son, Octavian, was the sole ruler of Rome. So began the Roman Empire and Rome's fourth period of expansion.
To gain power, Octavian had to defeat jealous rivals, one of whom was Mark Antony, a popular general. Antony had married Queen Cleopatra of Egypt. In 31 BCE, Octavian defeated Antony and Cleopatra in a sea battle near Actium, Greece.
He ruled for life as Caesar Augustus, and historians call him Rome's first emperor. Augustus encouraged education, art, and literature.
Under Rome, the Mediterranean world was mostly at peace for 200 years, a period which is called the Pax Romana, or Roman peace.
All right, you guys, we've got a lesson summary for you. In this lesson, you learned about and listened about 4 main periods of Roman expansion. In each period, the costs of expansion were great. Yet, the Roman Empire lasted 500 years.
Conquest of the Italian peninsula. The first period of expansion began in 509 BCE. The Romans rebelled against the Etruscans, and Rome became a republic. The Romans then conquered central Italy, which they controlled entirely by 264 BCE.
All right, the Punic Wars. During the second period of expansion, from 264 to 146 BCE, Rome fought Carthage in 3 Punic Wars. As a result, Rome gained North Africa, much of Spain, and Sicily. Rome also conquered Macedonia and Greece.
The final years of the Republic. During the third period of expansion, from 145 to 44 BCE, Rome took control of Asia Minor, Syria, Egypt, and Gaul. However, civil wars divided the Republic. Julius Caesar made himself dictator for life, then Octavian seized power, becoming the first emperor, Caesar Augustus.
All right, finally, Rome becomes an empire. The fourth period of expansion began with the start of the empire and lasted until 14 CE. The emperors continued to add a great deal of new territory. At its height, around 117 CE, the Roman Empire stretched from Britain to the present-day Mideast.
All right, guys, just a reminder for your vocabulary for this podcast and lesson: Caesar Augustus, Civil War, Dictator, Julius Caesar, Pax Romana, and Punic Wars.
And remember that guiding question, you guys. Did the benefits of Roman expansion outweigh the costs? After you've listened to that, how would you answer that question?
All right, guys, goodbye forever.
See you soon.